There remained one option I'd considered, but as a last resort: drugs. Coffee is our most widely used stimulant, but there are plenty of other options if you care to look for them. A quick browse reveals an expanding community of people who are using so-called cognitive-enhancing drugs to keep themselves going round the clock. One of the current favourites is Modafinil. I wanted to try it, but safety dictated that I first had to be medically cleared. I was checked for obvious brain dysfunctions, like epilepsy.
Looking good. What I think he's doing is he's applying some EEGs just to check out whether my brain is normal before I'm allowed to really take the drug. Because if there are any strange abnormalities going up there, then it wouldn't be a great idea. I'm reasonably confident my brain is normal. You're confident my brain is normal?
Yeah, so it could be normal.
Modafinil was discovered by accident when they noticed it kept cats awake. The American Air Force admit to using it for some long-haul flights.
Are you comfortable?
I'm very comfortable, thank you.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Good to sleep. No, that was marvellous. Thank you.
Though I was now good to go, finding a Modafinil user willing to share the experience proved difficult. Finally, a Canadian called Terry invited me to his home. Could this be what I had been looking for all these years? I was excited, but also anxious about taking this drug.
Michael Mosley, I hope you expect it.
Terry Hudson.
I was expecting Terry to be a little wired.
Put your head in, put your head out.
But he's an almost boringly normal family man.
Is that for everyone?
Except that after a full day's work, when his family go to bed, Terry goes back to the office.
So does it feel strange coming to work in the dark then?
Yes. When I first started doing this, it kind of felt almost like I had a superpower because it felt like something that was special.
Yes.
Yeah. Now it's just a matter of it's my normal thing to do. So this is my office. This is where I spend most of my evenings and nights and mornings.
Days, presumably, as well.
For almost a year, Terry's been spending 100 hours a week working as a graphic designer, tanked up on Modafinil. Its medical use is to treat sleep disorders like narcolepsy. For narcolepts, Modafinil means an end to crippling bouts of spontaneous sleeping. For Terry, it means twice the work and twice the income.
As far as my experience goes, there doesn't seem to be much of a downside there, and there are lots of benefits.
It's not even 10 o'clock, and I'm already nodding off. The perfect time to test out Modafinil.
Oh, I think.
But will it work?
Stagger. I might try some Modafinil then. I thought of. Seems like the right moment. You reckon 200 milligrams?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, that will probably take about half an hour to kick in, yeah? I don't know. I generally have no idea what's going to happen. Maybe it'll have no effect. Maybe I'll be buzzing. Maybe I'll develop a stupendous headache.
Soon I was feeling very alert indeed. Now was the moment to live the 24/7 dream that tiredness had robbed me of in New York.
Considering it's 2:30 in the morning, and I've had very little sleep the last 3 nights, I am astonishingly awake.
But sadly, Prince Edward Island, Canada, lacks the buzz of New York.
It's odd, because when I was in New York and it was, 2:30 in the morning then, I was just feeling really dreadful. I really wanted to go to bed, whereas actually at this moment in time, I have no particular interest in going to bed. I'd quite like to find somebody to have fun with, but Failing that, I'm going to tramp the streets. Ooh, I am feeling astonishingly awake. Hello, hi there, it's me. Hello, it's 4 o'clock in the morning indeed, yep. And I took the Modafinil. It's all right, actually. It's not like having a decent night's sleep, but it's sort of a faint approximation. And I'm feeling all right. But there's very little to do in Canada, I have to say, or at least this part of Canada, at 4 in the morning. It's sort of odd. It's like sort of saccharin and sugar. It's not the real thing, but it's not a totally bad approximation of the real thing, but there's a slight unreality to it, a slight sort of grittiness to this form of thing. I'm fully awake and I'm very alert, I think, but it's not the same as having had a good night's sleep. And so far, no headache, and I haven't thrown up, so those are both good signs.
Critical to Terry's regime are his daily mini-sleeps. These 20-minute naps are apparently just enough to keep him going. Unlike using caffeine or speed, it's possible to drop off almost at will, because Modafinil seems to be free of buzzy side effects.
Oh, that's very pleasant. Oh, it's very nice. Go into this sort of, It's interesting, but I assumed, you see, that it was going to be a stimulant like drinking caffeine, and yet if I drank lots of caffeine, I wouldn't be able to drop off like that.
Right, yeah.
So he's acting some other way. You're right, I feel fine. Interesting.
5 in the morning and time to test my reaction speeds.
Empires pass away. It's not as bad as that morning. It must have been about this time in the morning in New York when I just, it came out and ate my soul. Right, so this is the reaction time test I've just done while on the drug, and I made there was one lapse, and my average score looks like it's around the 300s.
It is actually the best you've ever done on this test, isn't it?
Difficult to tell, yes, it is the best I've ever done on this test. Well, I survived the night very well, thank you, and I'm feeling remarkably cheerful.
Congratulations.
Do you think doing what you were doing, do you think anyone could do it?
Yes, I believe it's, physically possible for anybody to do it.
And why do you think people are not doing it?
Well, I think, common sense would tell you, or would tell most people that, you need 8 hours of sleep to be healthy. If you don't, bad things are going to happen.
You die.
Maybe you die. I don't think that is the case. But because of that, I don't think many people have even really considered it. I believe the body and the mind are very adaptable. And I think sleep is, to some extent, an option.
I would have said, that I couldn't adapt, I couldn't reduce the amount of sleep, but as I've gone through this sort of journey and talking to different people, I must admit I have changed my mind. Mm-hmm. I can see that it's possible, and then I've got to decide whether it's something I want to do, and obviously something which my family would want me to do.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that at this moment, but it's made me think a lot, hasn't it?
Heading back to Terry's house while the rest of the world was waking up made me feel, as Terry did, like some sort of superhero. But although I felt fine, I couldn't imagine living like this in the long term.
So you'll just sort of pop in, say hi, and then have a wash, scrub up, and then just head back, will you?
Yeah. So, and depending, sometimes I'll take Julia to daycare as well.
Thanks, Terry. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
While Terry got stuck into his drug-assisted new day, I got to grips with mine.
I feel as though I am completely rested, and despite the fact it is 2:45, no problems at all.
Same time awake as in New York, but what a difference.
Whoa! Magnificent. I'm just astonished how well I feel. I'm really astonished.
After 42 hours, I went to bed feeling good and had a great night's sleep. But in the morning, I had to rethink my enthusiasm.
I developed a rash, which you can probably see there, on my arms. And I can feel, but I can't actually see, something on the back of my neck. It feels all sort of knobbly and ridgy here. It's actually also on my chest, all over, and it's also over parts of my body, which I'm not going to show you. And that suggests that I'm having some sort of allergic reaction to the drug, and that is bad news. If I took it again, it could be much more serious. One of the really serious developments you can get is you either get anaphylactic shock, which often means death, or you can get a sort of scalding effect where, effectively, most of your skin falls off.
So not a wonder drug then?
It's a drug with side effects. I suppose all drugs have side effects. I think it's relatively minor and it will pass. It's not noticeably getting worse. Hopefully, well, I'm sure it will pass. It's been an interesting experience. I was really surprised, but I'm not going to be doing it again.
To the water because of what's happened.
My search for a cure for sleep is over. I've discovered that while some people are genetically endowed with the ability to tolerate lack of sleep, most of us are not. I was impressed by Tony, amused by fruit flies, and surprised by Modafinil. But what surprises me the most is how little we still know about something that occupies a third of our lives.
So, Michael, is there a cure for sleep?
Well, I actually started off really sceptical about whether you could control sleep at all. And now I think there are a few people who, through a giant act of will, can do it. There are a lot of us who are probably going to be able to do it through drugs like Modafinil and probably a whole new generation of drugs. But I'm not convinced in the long run you really ought to do it.
And what are you going to do now?
I'm going to go home, I'm going to see my wife, my children, I'm going to get into my own bed, and I'm going, hopefully, to sleep.